Gypsy Rose Blanchard, the shocking true story of a daughter and her mother. Gypsy Rose Blanchard grew up with her mother, Dee Blanchard, claiming she had various health issues, leading to numerous medical treatments. But Gypsy was not actually sick. Her mother was lying about her symptoms. Experts think Dee had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a mental disorder where a caregiver makes up or causes illness in someone else to gain attention. The truth came out after Gypsy had her online boyfriend kill Dee in 2015. Dee started faking Gypsy's illnesses when Gypsy was a baby. Born in 1991, Gypsy was just a baby when Dee claimed she had sleep apnea. By the time Gypsy was 8, Dee said she had leukemia and muscular dystrophy and needed a wheelchair and feeding tube.
Where are you going today?
I'm going to Children's Mercy Hospital to see my dentist.
Dee also claimed Gypsy had seizures, asthma, and hearing and vision problems. Because of Dee's lies, Gypsy was given many medications and had to use a breathing machine while she slept. She also had several surgeries, including ones on her eyes and the removal of her salivary glands. When Gypsy's teeth rotted, likely due to the medications, lack of salivary glands, or neglect, they were pulled out. In reality, Gypsy could walk, didn't need a feeding tube, and didn't have cancer. Her head was bald because Dee shaved her hair. Experts believe Dee had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, a mental illness where a caregiver makes up or causes illness in someone else to get attention and sympathy. Dee seemed like a loving and caring mother, so people believed her. Medical tests often showed unclear or conflicting results about Gypsy's health, but Dee would stop seeing doctors who questioned her. Many caregivers did what Dee wanted because she had some nurse training and could describe symptoms accurately. She even gave Gypsy medication to mimic certain conditions. Dee was also charming and seemed very dedicated to Gypsy. When Gypsy was old enough to talk, Dee told her not to speak during appointments. Dee always explained Gypsy's fake medical history. Dee told Gypsy's father, Rod Blanchard, that their daughter had a chromosomal disorder causing her many health issues. He praised Dee for her dedicated care. When some of Dee's family noticed Gypsy didn't seem to need a wheelchair and asked questions, Dee and Gypsy moved away. Dee claimed they were victims of Hurricane Katrina, so she and Gypsy got help to move from Louisiana to Missouri in 2005. There, Dee kept taking Gypsy to doctors. Hurricane Katrina also provided an excuse for missing medical records.
Took me to the hospital and then told me that the doctor gave her a wheelchair and I have to be in a wheelchair now, forever.
Even when Gypsy was a teenager, Dee claimed she was sick and started lying about Gypsy's age. In 2008, they moved into a new home in Springfield, Missouri, built by Habitat for Humanity. The house was painted pink and had a wheelchair ramp. They also received benefits like charity-sponsored trips to concerts and Disney World. Dee loved the attention she got for being a caring mother.
That happy endings are not just in fairy tales, they're real.
When Gypsy was 14, a neurologist in Missouri suspected she was a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, but didn't report it, saying there wasn't enough evidence. In 2009, someone anonymously reported that Dee's claims about Gypsy's illnesses had no medical basis. 2 caseworkers visited their home, but Dee convinced them nothing was wrong. As Gypsy grew older, Dee began lying about her age and even changed the dates on Gypsy's birth certificate to make her seem younger. But Gypsy was becoming harder for Dee to control. In 2011, Gypsy tried to escape by running away with a man she met at a science fiction convention. Dee tracked them down through mutual friends and convinced the man that Gypsy was a minor, even though she was 19. According to Gypsy, Dee smashed her computer and physically restrained her to her bed after they returned home. Gypsy also said her mother sometimes hit her and denied her food. Gypsy eventually got back online and joined a Christian dating site, where she met Nicholas Godejohn. She told him the truth about her mother's abuse and asked him to kill Dee so they could be together.
Hi, honey. I'm feeling it.
In June 2015, Godejohn came to her house and stabbed Dee while Gypsy waited in the bathroom with her ears covered. Gypsy and John went to his home in Wisconsin, where police found them. Gypsy had posted on the Facebook account she shared with her mother saying, "That bitch is dead."
We have breaking news. The body of 48-year-old Claudinia Blanchard has been found.
Gypsy is still missing this morning.
She later said she made the post because she wanted her mother's body to be discovered. Gypsy was afraid and believed she didn't have anyone to trust.
You know what happened to your mom, okay? You know exactly. I'm not going to play around with this, okay?
I didn't do
Listen to
anything.
me.
After Dee Dee's murder, many people wondered why Gypsy went so far as to kill her. Since she could walk, she could have exposed Dee Dee's lies by standing up in public. But Gypsy had been conditioned to think no one would believe her. She explained, "I couldn't just jump out of the wheelchair because I was afraid and didn't know what my mother would do. I didn't have anyone to trust." Gypsy's whole life was controlled by her mother. She wasn't allowed to go to school. Although she had normal intelligence, Dee Dee told everyone that Gypsy had a mental age of 7. When they were out in public, Dee Dee always held Gypsy's hand, squeezing it when she wanted her daughter to be quiet. Dr. Mark Feldman, an expert in Munchausen syndrome by proxy, said, "The control was total, like the control of a kidnapped victim. Her daughter was essentially a hostage, and we can understand the crime that occurred as a hostage trying to escape." In 2016, Gypsy pled guilty to second-degree murder. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison and was released on December 28, 2023, after serving 85% of her sentence. John was found guilty of first-degree murder in 2018 and was sentenced to life in prison. Gypsy said she only understood the full extent of her mother's lies after Dee Dee's death. Gypsy knew she could walk and eat regular food, but she had believed she had leukemia. Today, Gypsy is healthy. She even said she felt more freedom in prison than when she lived with Dee Dee. However, when Dr. Phil asked if she was glad her mother was dead, Gypsy replied, "I'm glad I'm out of that situation, but I'm not happy she's dead."